Hello everyone, let's have another video on mean deviation for continuous data. This is a continuation of the lecture which we did last time, where we found out the mean deviation for raw data and for discrete data. Now we are finding the mean deviation for the continuous data. So I have an example here, marks and number of students. So the class intervals are given 0, 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40 and 40, 50. And the number of students given are 5, 8, 15, 16 and 6. So first of all we are going to write down the given data in vertical columns. So CI stands for class intervals and FI stands for the number of items, the number of students in this case. So I have mentioned the class intervals here. I have frequencies here. Alright, so the formula for mean deviation is here, summation Fi mod di upon n. And what is di? Di is xi minus x bar. And what is x bar? X bar is the average, which is summation Fi xi upon n. So unless and until we find out x bar, we cannot find out di. So our first aim is to find out x bar. X bar means the average. Now the formula for x bar is summation Fi xi upon n. This is the formula for x bar, and please remember this. So summation Fi xi. So for that, class interval and Fi is already given. We need to make a column xi now. Xi, these are the columns from here onwards, all the columns we have made. So xi, therefore I have written them with red ink. So xi is the midpoint of every class interval. So midpoint of 0, 10 is 5. 10, 20, the midpoint is 15 and so on. Actually, we are calling it midpoint, but they are known as class marks. Alright, so let us use the word midpoint. So xi is the midpoint of every class interval. So let's make an column Fi xi. Fi xi means Fi column and xi column are multiplied and filled here. So row wise we are going to multiply 5 into 5, 25, 8 into 15, 120 and so on. So multiply all of these, then take the sum of this column, which is 1350, and this is actually summation Fi xi. So now also we are taking the sum here, which is equal to n, and that is equal to 50. So first let us find out x bar. And now remember, we are not going to fill up any further columns here, and also we are not going to write down anything at present here. Unless and until we find x bar, we cannot fill up any other column. So x bar is summation Fi xi upon n. So that is 27. 1350 we got from here, n we got from here. So the average is 27. Now let us make a column mod di, which is mod of xi minus x bar. Now how we got this 22? Xi is 5, x bar is 27. So this 22 we actually got as 5 minus 27, which is minus 22, but we are writing it as plus. We are taking plus values. Now the next entry will be 15 minus 27, which is minus 12, but we are writing plus here because we have taken the modulus. And also we will not fill up this, okay? We are just going to write the numerical values and making all of them positive. The next value is 25 minus 22. That is 3, 25 minus 27 is 2. 35 minus 27 and 45 minus 27. The next column is Fi mod di. So mod di is here, Fi is here, So let us multiply this column and this column. So 22 into 5 is 110 and so on. So we multiplied all of them here. We got its total. The total is summation Fi mod di. Whatever is heading is there. When we are adding them, we add a summation symbol here. That indicates the sum of that column. Now remember, we are not taking sum here. We are not adding this here. Also, we are not adding this column. We are not doing anything here. Okay, so we are adding this column to get n. We are adding this column to get summation Fi xi, and we are adding this column to get summation Fi mod di, which comes out to be 472. Now the formula for mean deviation is summation Fi mod di upon n, that is 472 upon 50, which is 9.44. So this is the value of mean deviation. You can pause the video at any instant and write down the example in your notebook. My advice is you prepare notes and write each and every example in your notebook. Unless and until you write it, you will not have the confidence in the exam. So this is an example to find mean deviation for continuous data. Alright. What is most important here is you have to remember this formulae. Unless you know the formulae, you cannot make the columns here. Alright. So let's go for the next example. This is the next example. Find mean deviation of following data. So age and number of men having corona. So corona is presently in highlight. So I have taken this example. So age 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34. So I made the example very short. We can also have more class intervals here, but to understand the concept, 4 class intervals are sufficient for us. Now the number of men are 5, 10, 4, 15. What does it mean? Between the age of 15 and 19, there are 5 people having corona. 2024, there are 10 people having corona, and so on. This could be an example of anything, marks and number of students, anything. Okay. So now for what we can do first of all is we can write the data in vertical columns. See what I have done. The class intervals were 15, 19, 20, 24. So there was a gap between 19 and 20. So that gap we have tried to fill it up. We made the class intervals as 14.5, 19.5. So every class interval, what we have done, look at the interval 15, 19. I have stretched this interval by 0.5 on this side and 19 added 0.5 here and stretched it on this side. So the same we have done with each class interval, 14.5 to 19.5 and so on. Okay. Fi as given we have written here. We are taking the sum at the bottom, which is 34. This is actually n. Then xi is the midpoint of every class interval. So take the midpoint of this, that will be 17. The next midpoint, class interval has midpoint of 22. The next one has midpoint 27. The next one has midpoint 32. Now I would like to mention here is that there is no need to modify the class interval. We could have written the same class intervals here and we would have got the same reading here. Okay. So from here onwards, keep a note. There is no need to modify the class intervals. We modify the class intervals only when we find the range, not for mean deviation, not for standard deviation. No. So now we have got xi, then we make a column of fi xi. So this into this we have multiplied 10 into 22, 220 and so on. Take the sum here at the bottom, which is 893. This is actually summation Fi Xi. No need to take the total here. Now after that we cannot make this di column unless and until we find out x bar. So now these calculations we are doing below the table, not in front of the table. Below the table we are doing the calculations because we still need to expand the table further. So x bar is summation Fi Xi upon n, that is 893 upon 35. 893 is here, which is summation Fi Xi, and n is here 34. So that is 26.26. Alright, it is 26.26. We should not read the decimals after 26 as whole numbers. So it is not 0.26 but it is 0.26. So always read the digits after decimal points separately. How much ever digits they may have, we should read them separately. So now di column is xi minus x bar. Okay, so xi minus x bar and its modulus. So the first entry is 17 minus 26.26, that is 9.26, and then whichever numbers are coming negative, we are making them positive. So after making this column, the next column will be Fi mod di. So Fi was here in the beginning, mod di is here. So multiply both the columns. You all have calculators, so multiply and take the sum here. This sum is summation Fi mod di. Okay, I hope you understood the meaning of summation. Heading you are writing, and when you add the heading, you write a symbol of summation before that. So that makes it summation Fi mod di. So the sum gives you 143.76. Now let's go on to find the mean deviation. The mean deviation is summation Fi mod di upon n, which is 143.76 from here, and n was 34 from here. So that we have written and we have divided. Alright, so that's how you got the mean deviation. I have another example for you. Class intervals 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 100 up to 140, 150. This is a simple example. Fi we have, then we are taking midpoints of every class interval. 70, 80, the midpoint is 75 and so on. So remember, we are not adding here, but we are adding here, which is n equal to 100. Then summation Fi Xi, multiply these two, 6 into 75, 450, 7 into 85, 595 and so on. Add the total here, which is 11,200. After this, we are finding x bar, which is summation Fi Xi upon n, that is 11,200 upon 100, 112. X bar is 112. I hope you remember that x bar means average. Alright, x bar is the average, or it is also mean, or it is also arithmetic mean. Unless and until average or mean or arithmetic mean, unless and until we find x bar, we cannot make this column di. because the definition itself is mod of xi minus x bar. See, mod. So 75 minus 112 is actually minus 37, but we are making it plus 37 and so on. So make this column. जे नेगेटिव्ह येतील त्यांना प्लस करून लिहायचं इथे. रिमेंबर वी आर नॉट ॲडिंग हिअर, नो. Then make a column fi mod di. Fi was earlier here, di is here, so multiply and find this multi products. Take the sum. This is summation fi mod di, which is 1496. After that, let's find out mean deviation. MD stands for mean deviation. Summation fi mod di upon n. So 1496 upon 100, that is 14.96. Okay. Now in the exam, you need not write n here. You just take the total and write the total here. That's all. You need not write any symbols here. No need to write this. No need to write this. Okay. So just add 100, 11,200 and 1496 here. That's all. Nothing else you will write here. All these things I have written only for the purpose of video, so that you should understand. I really wish I had blackboard and chalk with me so that I could write and wipe it off, which was not necessary. So this pandemic has taught us a lot of lessons. Okay. So the mean deviation is 14.96. Now I have an example for you as homework. Find mean deviation of this example. Look at the intervals 70, 79, 80, 89, 90, 99 and so on. Alright, these are not continuous intervals. But anyways, as discussed earlier, we are not going to modify. Okay, straight away we are going to take xi, the average of 70, 79 as 74.5, etc. So take xi, then fi xi, then at the bottom you will find out x bar, and then using that x bar you will make a column di and then fi mod di, and then you will find out mean deviation. You will observe that I have taken the earlier example only where n was 100. The same example I have taken, but I have changed the class interval slightly so that you will understand this concept also. Okay, so do this example and check the answer with the earlier one. The earlier answer was 14.96. Yes, it was 14.96. So let us see what answer you get for this example. So with this note, we are ending this topic of mean deviation. Mean deviation is complete here. In the next lecture, we are going to teach standard deviation. So hope you have understood. In case of any doubts, you can call me in office hours. And also I am going to upload these videos on the YouTube. You can also view them. But please prepare notes of these examples, because every time you cannot open the video and watch the whole video when you are in a hurry. So prepare your own notes. Alright. So till our next lecture, take care, be safe at home and take full precautions. Do not go out in public without mask, without sanitizers. Do take care. Bye.